Beneath the shimmering blue waters of the Mediterranean, two sleeping giants are stirring. In Santorini, Greece, and Campi Flegrei, Italy, both infamous for some of the most catastrophic eruptions in human history. Volcanic seismic swarms are now shaking the earth, triggering fear and scientific intrigue alike. Could this be a mere coincidence, or is something larger brewing beneath Europe's most volatile fault lines? Santorini was once the site of a cataclysmic eruption that may have wiped out the ancient Minoan civilization. Now, eerie tremors rattle its shores, hinting at possible volcanic unrest beneath the island. Meanwhile, in Italy, Campi Flegrei, an ancient supervolcano just outside Naples, has been showing ominous signs of awakening, with bursts of ground uplift and seismic activity suggesting that pressure is building below. The simultaneous seismic swarms in these two volatile regions raise an urgent question. Is Europe about to face a mega eruption? Let's find out as we delve into the geology and warning signs of Santorini and Campi Flegrei. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. As of February 2025, two massive volcanic systems in Europe are showing alarming signs of awakening. We are now witnessing two separate seismic swarms, one in the Aegean Sea and another in Italy, both linked to powerful volcanic systems. First, off the coast of Santorini, a seismic swarm is occurring within the Cristiana-Santorini-Colombo volcanic field, one of the deadliest volcanic systems in the world. This swarm has been ongoing for nearly 3 weeks, consisting of tens of thousands of earthquakes, strongly indicating volcanic activity at depth. Whether due to fluid movement or magma intrusion, the persistent seismicity is a clear warning sign. Additionally, uplift has been detected at Santorini, further suggesting underground magmatic activity. Meanwhile, Campi Flegrei in Italy has experienced a surge in seismic activity, with over 200 earthquakes recorded in less than 24 hours. This is the latest burst in a period of unrest that has been accelerating since 2021. In fact, this increase in uplift and seismic activity at Campi Flegrei date back to 2005, but the current rate of increase appears exponential, indicating that the volcano may be reawakening. The Santorini seismic swarm began on January 27th and escalated dramatically by February 1st. From the 27th of January to the 8th of February 2025, the Seismology Laboratory of the University of Athens registered more than 12,800 earthquakes in Santorini. The epicenters of these earthquakes have been primarily located in the caldera and surrounding regions, raising concerns about magma movement beneath the island. Over 11,000 people were evacuated from Santorini, and schools, businesses, and government institutions were temporarily closed. The earthquakes continued frequently until around February 12th to 13th, when activity briefly declined. However, the earthquakes have recently surged again, with a magnitude 5.1 quake striking on February 18th, clear evidence that this swarm is far from over and may only be the beginning of something much bigger. Current data suggests that these earthquakes are driven by underlying volcanic activity. Most are occurring at a depth of around 10 kilometers, while others range between 10 and 15 kilometers. A smaller number are also occurring between 5 and 10 kilometers, though not as frequently as in the deeper layers. This pattern closely resembles the seismic behavior observed at Campi Flegrei, further reinforcing concerns about potential volcanic unrest. Since February 15th, Campi Flegrei has been experiencing a significant seismic swarm. The National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology notes that the majority of these earthquakes are concentrated in the Solfatara and Picciarelli areas. This swarm is notable not only for the number of events, but also for their magnitude, marking a significant increase in seismic activity compared to previous periods. Historically, the Campi Flegrei caldera has exhibited episodes of ground uplift and seismic swarms, a phenomenon known as bradyseism. These events are typically caused by the movement of magma or hydrothermal fluids beneath the surface. Subsidence was observed at Campi Flegrei until around the 1950s, after which a new period of uplift began. Due to the massive magma chamber beneath the area, the ground has experienced significant inflation and deflation cycles, causing dramatic shifts in surface elevation. Since the 1950s, there have been several notable uplift events. Between 1969 and 1972, the ground rose by 1.7 meters, followed by another 1.8 meters of uplift between 1982 and 1984. A new phase of uplift began in 2005, resulting in a total rise of 1.2 meters to date. However, since 2021, the rate of uplift has accelerated significantly, accompanied by a sharp increase in earthquakes and gas emissions. Scientists believe that this combination of rapid uplift, heightened seismic activity, and rising gas emissions suggests that a sudden phreatic eruption could be imminent. A phreatic eruption is a type of volcanic explosion that occurs when water comes into contact with hot magma or lava, rapidly turning into steam. This sudden expansion of steam creates an extremely high-pressure explosion, ejecting ash, rock fragments, and gases, but without fresh magma reaching the surface. Given the stakes, Campi Flegrei is one of the most closely monitored volcanic systems in the world today. The fact that two of Europe's most dangerous volcanic regions are experiencing heightened seismic activity at the same time is both intriguing and alarming. While these two locations are separated by hundreds of kilometers, they share significant geological and tectonic characteristics. This raises the question, is their simultaneous unrest merely a coincidence, or could there be a deeper underlying connection? Both Santorini and Campi Flegrei are part of the highly active Mediterranean seismic belt, shaped by the complex interplay of tectonic plates. Santorini lies within the Hellenic Arc, where the African plate is subducting beneath the Eurasian plate. This subduction process generates intense seismic and volcanic activity along a curved zone that extends from Crete to the Aegean Sea. Campi Flegrei, on the other hand, is part of the Italian volcanic system, influenced by the subduction of the Adriatic microplate beneath the Apennine mountain range. It is located in the same region as Mount Vesuvius, one of the most notorious volcanoes in history. While these subduction zones are distinct, they are part of a larger geodynamic framework. Subduction processes in one part of the Mediterranean can influence stress distribution in another. Some geophysicists speculate that large-scale stress shifts in the Earth's crust, such as the movement of one plate, could have ripple effects across vast distances, potentially triggering seismic events in seemingly unconnected regions. Another possible explanation for the simultaneous seismic swarms is activity occurring deep within the Earth's mantle. Some volcanologists hypothesize that a rising mantle plume could be influencing multiple volcanic systems across the Mediterranean. If there has been a recent increase in magma movement at depth, it is conceivable that both Santorini and Campi Flegrei are responding to the same underlying process, even if they are not directly linked by shallow magma chambers. Similar patterns of multi-volcano unrest have been observed in other tectonically active regions, such as Indonesia, where deep mantle processes sometimes trigger synchronized activity across widely spaced volcanoes. Beyond the tectonic and magmatic explanations, some scientists have considered whether external environmental factors might be influencing volcanic activity in both locations simultaneously. Research has shown that the melting of glaciers and the redistribution of water mass on the Earth's surface can influence volcanic and seismic activity. While these external factors might play a role in minor fluctuations, they are unlikely to be the primary cause of synchronized seismic activity in two separate regions. Seismic swarms and volcanic unrest are not uncommon in either Santorini or Campi Flegrei. Historically, both regions have experienced periodic increases in activity due to their geologically unstable nature. The fact that they are experiencing swarms at the same time could be purely coincidental, a result of their independent geological cycles. However, the unusual intensity of activity in both locations at once makes it difficult to dismiss the possibility of a larger connection. At present, there is no definitive proof that the simultaneous seismic activity in Santorini and Campi Flegrei is directly linked. However, the possibility that deeper tectonic, magmatic, or even environmental processes are influencing both systems remains an open question. Whether this is a mere coincidence or an early warning sign of something bigger, one fact is undeniable. Both regions have a long history of devastating eruptions, and their renewed unrest demands close scientific scrutiny. Governments, scientists, and residents must remain vigilant. The unpredictability of these volcanic systems underscores the need for preparedness, scientific research, and risk mitigation strategies to protect the millions of people living in and around these active regions. The lessons learned from these events will be crucial in understanding and managing future volcanic threats worldwide. As monitoring efforts continue, the world watches and waits, hoping that we are not witnessing the prelude to another catastrophic volcanic event.